everyone. In this lesson, we will be discussing persuasive speaking. So first of all, before we begin, let's look at our objectives. So by the conclusion of this lesson, I would like you to be able to define persuasive speaking, know the different types of persuasive speaking, know the importance of persuasive speaking, know different types of persuasive claims, and finally, I would like you to be able to understand the different types of persuasive speech organizational patterns. So first of all, let's look at what persuasive speaking is. Persuasive speaking attempts to get a person to behave in a manner or embrace a point of view related to attitudes and beliefs. So basically, it's either to get the audience to do something, to take certain action, maybe to sign a petition so that cell phones while driving can be banned, or it's to change an audience's point of view, attitudes, or beliefs on something. Maybe to get them to change their beliefs on euthanasia, whatever it may be. So now let's look at the types of persuasive speaking. The first is changing someone's attitudes, beliefs, and values. So kind of changing their beliefs and attitudes so that they correlate with what you believe or what you feel, what you value. So attitudes are individuals' ideas of something being wrong or right. Maybe certain speakers might believe that abortion is right while others may believe it's wrong. And you want your audience to kind of correlate with those attitudes that you hold. Values are individuals' perceptions of the usefulness of something, so the valuableness and the importance of something. Maybe you value recycling and you want your audience to also value recycling, so you try to get them to change their values so that they correlate with yours. And beliefs, position that a person holds to be true or false. Maybe you believe that euthanasia is correct, while others may not wrong, but you want to kind of give a statement out why you believe this to be true, and then try to get the audience to change their beliefs on something. Another type of persuasive speech is also changing someone's behavior, such as maybe you get them to do a certain action, such as voting for a certain president, or getting them to sign a petition to change self-defense while driving. So basically, persuasive speaking is either two aspects. It's either getting them to change their beliefs or opinions, getting them to change something, or to take action in order to change something, is essentially what persuasive speaking is. So, why is persuasive speaking so important? Well, you'll be more successful at persuading others. You will be more successful at building arguments and presenting those arguments to an audience. You'll be more successful at negotiating deals with an audience. So you'll be more successful at trying to find a way to get the audience to side with you. People will become better consumers of information. They will research more. They will try to find facts so that they can support them to build their argument. And understanding how persuasive functions will allow us to have a better grasp of what happens in the world. So understanding how those persuasive functions kind of function to the larger part of what is happening in the world. Now, let's look at persuasive claims versus definitional claims, arguing over what something is or is not. So arguing over what ethnocentrism is and what it is not could be an example of a definitional claim. A factual claim argues that the truth or falseness of a claim, so maybe providing factual evidence that aliens are not real could be an example of factual claims. Policy claims are statements stating the problem and then the solution that should be implemented. So maybe if you're doing a speech on cell phones while driving, you say that the problem is cell phones while driving is causing a lot of accidents, and then the solution is the policy. So maybe creating a license ban or a license suspension could be an example of a solution that is implemented. And then different types of agreement. Like passive agreement is get the audience to agree with what we are saying in our policy. Then immediate action to the audience to engage in a specific behavior. So either a passive agreement, getting the audience to agree with what we're saying about the policy, that we agree that cell phones are wrong and agree with our policy to get a license suspension, or immediate actions for the audience to engage in specific behavior, which might be like voting for a president or getting them to sign a ban to stop cell phones while driving. Might be another example of immediate behavior. Value claims are advocating a claim about something such as to be good or bad. So either abortion is good or it's bad. Could be an example of value claim. Let's look at some of the different types of organizational patterns of persuasive speaking. The first is Monroe's motivational sequence. So basically with Monroe's motivational sequence, it's designed to help speakers put information into useful organizational pattern for the speech as a whole. It's getting them to organize the speech in a way that can be understandable and clear to the audience. The first step of Monroe's motivational sequence is attention. Speaker gets the audience attention, so that might be through an attention getter, that might be through a statistic, whatever it is. The speaker finds some way to grab the audience attention, which is very, very important in order to pull them in and to get them persuaded into your speech. The second step is need. Speaker establishes that there's a need. So that they establish that there's a need for banning cell phones while driving. There's a need for better cures to Lyme disease, whatever it might be. There's some kind of need for something. And then the third step is satisfaction. Speaker shows how their proposal satisfies the need. So how can a license suspension satisfy the need of drivers? Maybe it could help prevent accidents. Maybe it could help people safe. Those could be examples of satisfaction. The fourth step is visualization. The speaker asks the audience to visualize the need being or not being met. So maybe if you're talking about cell phones while driving and doing a license suspension, you might get the audience to visualize the license being suspended and how that's benefiting the society as a whole. And then the last step is action. Speaker asks the audience to take action. So they ask them to either sign a petition or to change something according to those beliefs of the speaker. So they try to get them to take some kind of action or behavior to stop what is currently occurring. And then some other examples of persuasive organizational patterns are problem, cause, solution, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. So it's basically the speaker discusses a problem. So we discuss why cell phones while driving is a problem. They discuss what the cause of the problem could be. Maybe there's just too much cell phones going around, people aren't paying attention or getting distracted. Could be an example of a cause. And then they're proposing solutions, like I said, like suspension, or a speeding ticket, or a license removal could be an example of that. And then finally it is comparative advantages, which is comparing items, showing why one is more beneficial than the other. So showing why an apple is better than an orange might be an example of comparative knowledge, or why this is better than this could be an example of comparative advantage. Well, that is all for today. Thank you all for listening, and I look forward to talking to you soon.